Hey folks, Joe here. So we're back. This is kind of a continuation from yesterday's video where I was talking about the changes to the ferrules that I did. These are the two that I showed as an example. This is the older one with the push pin protruding about the thickness of 3 dimes. This is the newer version. Just going to move this around a bit, try and get the right angle. That protrudes by about the thickness of a dime, so not very much. And while doing that video, I got talking, saying how upcoming videos are going to talk about the paddles themselves a little bit more, the difference in the different styles, the non-shouldered, shouldered, and soft-shouldered paddles, as well as the 2 different loom sizes. I'll do that part right now. These 2 are the standard loom size, which is approximately 1.25 inches diameter. It's actually just slightly more than that, maybe an 1/8 of an inch more than that, if that. These 2 are both the standard. This is what we call the XL version, and that's this one here. This is the standard. So putting the one over the other, you can't probably see much difference there. Maybe you can. I won't know until I edit this video. But here you see the diameter versus this big guy here, the XL, and that'll fit right inside. Hold on a second. Pop that out. So that'll give you hopefully some kind of idea of the difference in size. Put this guy back. And we'll put the XL back together. So this is particularly good for people with really big hands. As an example, I wear a medium-sized glove, medium to large. This feels fairly comfortable with me, though I usually use the standard size. Anybody with really big hands, large, extra large, they might prefer this for the feel and the comfort. It's also going to be a little more heavy duty, being bigger in diameter. It's a full 1.5 inch diameter. So the ferrule is bigger and results in a little more wood as well, a little more thickness up here as it starts to transition down. So you get a nice strong paddle. These are nice and strong as well. It's very rare I've ever had any of these break the last bunch of years, especially since switching to the newer ferrules a few years ago. I switched suppliers. I did have some breakage many years ago with a different ferrule supplier. But anyways, this is the XL here. And these 2 are the standard size ferrules and looms. Next up, we're going to talk about the 3 different styles: the non-shouldered, shouldered, and soft-shouldered. The soft-shouldered, the only one I had around that was more or less ready to use for this video, was the XL, so we got one of those guys in here too. To do it with the one-piece paddles, the non-take-aparts, I only have a couple of non-shouldered ones here right now. I don't do as many of those, so we're going to do the video using the 2-piece paddles, plus that way we get to talk about the 2 different diameter ferrules that we use. So next up, this is the non-shouldered. I'm also going to put in some video clips and photos that I shot earlier today showing the, let me do that right now. I'll put these clips in a little bit later on. But we've got a couple of paddle halves. This one is drawn out as a soft shoulder. On the other side I drew it out as a regular shoulder. The other one as a non-shoulder. As you can see this here, we draw out from where the blade starts. Hopefully you can see that, I've had the right angle. 3 centimeters this way, and then 1 centimeter out. We make a line, draw that in, same on the other side. On the end I've got it measured to what width I want, in this case 3.5 inches. So we draw lines connecting. That's your standard shouldered paddle that I do. On the other side I drew it out as a soft shouldered. Difference here is from where the blade starts, I come out 7 centimeters instead of 3, then 1 centimeter out, draw the lines, and then down to the end. On this one, I have this one drawn out as a non-shouldered, so where the blades start, draw a line from there to the widest point, 3.5 inches down here, straight line, even transition. That's the difference on that. This guy here is a non-shouldered. I'm going to take them apart and just use one half to show you the difference. That way I'm not swinging this whole paddle all over the place in here. So this is a finished paddle. As you can see, we go from the ferrule to the loom, and then gradual transition just right out for the blade. Next, we have a shouldered paddle. And as I mentioned on that, we go from the ferrule and loom to this notch here where I've measured out 3 centimeters and out 1 centimeter. So you can see the notch right here. So that gives you a nice place. You know where your hand is. You can feel it, orient the paddle that way real nicely. Whereas on the non-shouldered, I'll go back to this one for a second. You generally have your hand where the blades start, and you can still get the feel of it. What's really good about the non-shouldered paddle, let me back up a bit here. What's really good about these for people starting out, not really sure what they want for the loom widths, and I go over all that in the sizing video. This gives you a little more flexibility in where you're going to put your hands, so you're not really stopping to one spot. Whereas with a shouldered, you're kind of going to be having your hand pretty much right there. Next up is the soft shouldered paddle. And this is just simply, instead of a 3 centimeters out and then coming up a centimeter, drawing our line, it's more gradual, come out 7 centimeters and then down. I typically paddle a non-shouldered paddle. My second choice is the soft shouldered, followed by the shouldered. They're all fine, they all work well. That's just my personal preference. So there you have that. I'm going to pause the camera for a second and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a few photos showing you the lines that define the shoulders on the 3 different paddles, or the non-shouldered in the other case, and then some more video. So here's the non-shouldered, just a nice straight even transition from the loom on out to the blades. Here's the regular shoulder going out 3 centimeters, and then 1 centimeter outwards, and then make the lines. And then the soft shouldered where we go out 7 centimeters, and then out to 1 centimeter, then finish up the lines. Okay folks, so this one here is a non-shouldered paddle. And you notice that where the blades start here, the line just comes out nice and gradual. So there's no notch, no shoulder. Just a nice even transition from the loom to the blade. And here we have a shouldered paddle, not soft shoulder, just the regular shoulder. What we have here is we come out from where the blade starts. I come out 3 centimeters and out 1 centimeter, draw a line, and then from here draw our line out to where we have the widest point on the blade, usually 3.5 inches out here, and that's our line. Same thing on the other side, of course. So that's our shouldered paddle. And then we have our soft shouldered paddle. So again, from where the blades start, I come out on this one, instead of 3 centimeters, I measure out 7 centimeters. And then out 1 centimeter, get my line. Same thing on the other side, obviously. And then from there, same as on the others, when we draw our profile line out to where it's the widest. Again, this paddle is measured at 3.5 inches. Okay, so let's get back to the main part of the video here and finish this up for you. Okay, and I'm back. So, I just wanted to go grab a couple things. I brought those over here and turned the camera back on. Now, I got a couple people messaging me today talking about the new push pin system and how can they get one from you to change theirs from the previous one where the push pin extends out about the thickness of 3 dimes, and this one 1 dime. So the dime, everybody knows how thick a dime is basically. So that's just to give you something to reference set list. So a few people were asking how they can upgrade to that, so getting a whole new paddle or ferrule. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. There's nothing you need to buy from me, order from me, or anything like that. You can go to your basic hardware store, buy one tiny little part, and I'll show you what I do. We're going to use this one as an example. This would work even if it's still on a paddle. As you can get at the push pin from right inside here. And I'm going to show you what we do here, just using this one as an example. I'm just going to put something down right here for a second. So we're going to push this in as far as we can with our thumb. Reach in with our multi-tool. And just pull that push pin out, so that's what it looks like right there. I mentioned you have to just go to your basic hardware store and buy one little part. And it's very cheap. This is what it looks like. This is a 5/16 inch nylon washer. You could use metal, but then you're going to have extra tension from the metal edges on the inside of the carbon. We want to kind of avoid that. So the nylon, completely flexible, it's not going to hurt anything. That, let me use that again. Push pin, button, washer, place that over it on the inside here. Squeeze her down. And change the angle so you get a better look at that maybe if I'm standing this way. There you see it, the washer is on. Push that in, line it up with the hole. Boom. And there you go. You got an almost flush push pin. So all you need is a 5/16 inch nylon washer. You can get that at any hardware store. They're on Amazon, but you got to buy a box of, like, I think it was 50 or 100, whatever. I'll be buying them in bulk. You only need to get one, two if you have a couple paddles. And so it's that simple, that easy. I want to make sure I mention that in this video as well. And I'll put these guys back together here. This is the XL with the soft shoulder options. She just refinished this paddle last night and today so I could use it in this video. It's been sitting over behind the camera there in the corner for the last couple of years. So that's the XL. I just refinished that. That's been kicking around here. We finished that last night so I could put it in the video. And that paddle will be going off to a new home one of these days. It's one I used to use myself when I first got the XL ferrules. So I was trying that one out. And now it's going to go find a new home. The shoulder paddle. And the non-shouldered. The other thing I'll talk about is you may be wondering what I sell the most of. By far, I sell more non-shouldered paddles than I do shouldered. It's been that way for the last 15 years since I started doing this. Second most would be the regular shouldered, the ones where I come down 3 centimeters, and then a centimeter. So that one there would be the next best seller, followed by the soft shoulder, which I actually prefer over the regular shoulder, but that's just me, we're all different. Out of 100 paddles, I would probably end up selling about 80 of these, a dozen of these, 8 of these maybe, roughly. Like, I'm not sure exactly, I don't chart all that in that much detail. Probably should, but I don't. But most of what I do is the non-shouldered. I'm building up extra paddles just to have some inventory. If I'm going to build up, say, 10 paddles, probably 6 or 7 will be non-shouldered, then 1 or 2 each of the others, and that's pretty much it. So that's where it's evolved to over the years in what sells the best, my preferences, how I do it, where I measure it, and so forth. So hopefully this video doesn't ramble on for too much. I wanted to make this about 4 or 5 minutes, but I think it's going to be a little bit longer than that. Anyways, I'll see how long it is once I edit it all together and get it ready to go up. It is Friday evening right now, out here in the wood shop, and I'll probably have this video go up tomorrow morning, Saturday at 10 a.m. I don't know why I'm saying that, because you won't hear me saying that until you see the video. Anyways, hope you find that helpful, and I'll have some more videos coming on the paddles fairly soon as well. I got some other ideas on what I'm going to do. I also got to get back into the canoe paddle build I started a while ago. I did a few episodes on building up an otter-tail canoe paddle, and I got to get back to that. I'll probably start working on it tomorrow for the part 4 of that series. Anyways, talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Keep on paddling.